offers AI that generates high-quality images in a variety of styles, so you can spice up proposals, make logos, and enrich your content. Bring your imagination to life in slides, docs, and more. That's Google Workspace with Gemini.
A CRM shouldn't weigh your budget down.
Travis Scott just teased his brand new Jordan 1 Low. Nike Mind Slides are getting new colorways and restocks are happening daily. And you can finally hit the Air Max 95 Neons for retail at your local stores. Here's everything you need to know. Let's cover it. Before we get started, if you would take a second to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, we're on our way to 100,000 subscribers, and it does help a lot. Let's get started with the Mind 01 Slides because I've got so many questions about these. So the black and hyper crystals are actually dropping on February 5th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Retail price tag will be $95, and right now, Nike Sneakers does have these loaded as a Leo, so you have 2 to 4 minutes to enter. If your size does sell out, you can go back in for another size. Now, I do want to warn you, when buying the Nike Mind Slides, they do run tight. If you have a wide foot, you definitely are going to want to size up. If not, they're going to be too tight on your feet. Now, the good thing about the Nike Mind Slides and the black pair and the others, there will be multiple restocks, and they drop at other places, not just Nike Sneakers. One of the other places, or some of the other places that we actually see these loaded right now, will be Foot Locker. You can see they're loading up on their calendar. I'm expecting them to actually start up a raffle here soon. Make sure you have your Foot Locker app's up to date for when these actually go live. And then you also have DSG that has them loaded up, and they're saying, hey, the draw opens on February 1st at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Along with that, there's a place called Scheels that also drops them. Scheels is where we're hitting a lot of these restocks that go down. The good thing about these restocks is it's manual friendly. How is it manual friendly? Because they're random. You can see here's a women's size 7. You can actually buy 2 of them at once, and you can also see men's size 11 and size 9. What we do is we have 24/7 monitors that actually run on these websites, so it tells us if it goes down at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. You get the point. It can be at any random time. It says, hey, they restocked. Go try to check out now. Here's a direct link. Why this is such a big advantage over, like planned restocks is if it's a planned restock, there's thousands of people on it at once, and if they randomly restock, it's just whoever's actually paying attention. That's why we send out those pings all the time, because it makes a big difference and it gives you that advantage. That's how we're continually hitting these restocks. That's how it always goes down. We do this with all GR releases, and thankfully with the Mind 01 Slides, they're at these other retailers. Now, when the Mind Slide actually first dropped back on January 8th, we didn't have as much hype behind the actual model itself. So with this black pair, I highly recommend you guys enter multiple places. Don't just enter Nike Sneakers hoping that you get them. You're going to want to enter, Foot Locker, DSG. Feature has an open raffle right now. Of course, there's going to be more raffles open as we get closer, but you're going to have to enter up. I'm not really sure if you guys have checked that aftermarket yet, but every single pair has went way up in value, and that's why I've been talking so much about these restocks and trying to help you guys out. If you are someone that is still looking for Mind Slides for retail, even in these other colorways, and you need help, I have some links down below for those 24/7 monitors. And if you haven't seen, the black pair is at like $300 some, and I expect them to stay pretty high, even with the drop, because everybody says, oh, the black pair is the best, the black pair is the best, and they've built a bunch of hype up since the initial release. But don't worry, when these do go live, I'll be live covering it with all the websites that are dropping. Now on to the Air Max 95 OG Neon. Everybody wanted these last year. A lot of people were upset that they couldn't actually get them because of how limited they were. Now, these are expected to restock on March 5th. This drop date can always change. Keep that in mind. But the good thing is they're giving us that full family size run and expect them to be at places like JD Sports, Finish Line, Hibbett, Nike Sneakers, and some of your Tier 0 stores. I'll have a full list of these as we get closer because I know a lot of you guys want these bad. I know they're like $300-$400 in the aftermarket right now. Expect those prices to come down as we get a restock because Nike wants people to actually get these. They saw you guys, they saw people's requests. They're like, all right, we'll make more of these so you can actually grab them. So if you are a fan of this Air Max 95, now's your chance. Don't miss out. I'll make sure, like I said, to have that site list for you so you have the best chance to grab them. Now on to the Olive Air Jordan 1s and exclusive access and how much exclusive access has been changing in JD Sports and Finish Line. Now, they actually did exclusive access for Ship to Me on Tuesday, January 27th. This costed 1,000 status points for men's and it was free for GS. Now remember, when you're actually buying this exclusive access for a pre-order, they charge your card right away and they ship out on drop date. Now the weird thing is they've only been doing Ship to Me access and no in-store. Anymore now on Saturdays, they're doing first come, first serves in their store. I'm really hoping that they go back to their normal schedule, but so far it's been all over the place. But remember, Saturday first come, first serve, you can actually go grab these if you don't want to be spending any of your status points. Make sure you do apply your status coupon so you can get them under retail. So these will be dropping at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we ran that early stock, and right now there's less than 20,000 pairs. Yes, less than $20,000 for a GR Jordan 1 Low. So if that stock number stays the same, which this can always change, you gotta realize early stock changes daily, these may be harder to grab than what people think. I think it's a fire shoe. I think Nike actually did some terrible photos for the men's pairs, but if you actually go look on social media, you're gonna find some very good photos of this sneaker, and it may change your mind about them. And we have a little update on the Air Jordan 1 Union fragments. There are some rumors and talks about these actually dropping for NBA All-Star Weekend. Keep in mind, they also have a password page up over on their website, unionjordanfragment.com/password. I recommend you save this website because if they do go live randomly, you need to be watching for it. This password page went up. They did still have it loaded as a raffle before, but this can always change. If they do first come, first serve, it will be a domain switch. And with All-Star Weekend, this may not even be on the Union's website. We may end up seeing this on like Nike sneakers via Shock Drop or something like that. If that actually goes down and we can all buy it, I'll be live covering it. I'll be sending out SMS text as always, but I just want to give you a little update because we are getting closer to this drop time. I know the Jordan 1 High isn't a crazy in-demand model right now, but I'm telling you this much, I am adding this pair to my collection because I think they're fire. And finally, on to Travis Scott's brand new Instagram post. Minus the scary looking hairless cat on the first page, that kind of